Evening. All right, before we get started, all IP of what you're about to see belong to CCP. Now, let's just get that out of the way. Again, this is a review of what we saw yesterday at Fanfest. So, like I say, it's just literally taken from the stream. So, I claim no copyright to the material here. But what an amazing stream it was. If you missed it, my friends, you missed something amazing. Let me explain maybe what you missed. Look at the new graphics, look at the new suits, look at everything that's nice and shiny now. You have a location in the universe and you have lots of exciting new things to come. Lots more vehicles, lots more patterns of vehicles, camouflaging, you name it, you got it. But for today, what we're going to cover is the star map. This is something I just thought was, well, it blew me away. This is the new star map, and it's optimized entirely for the controller, so you're using your thumb to move around the universe in a non-hitchhikey way. And as you can see, it's also got the sovereignty marked on who owns particular places. So there we go, into the deep space regions. You can see that they're owned by multitude of different alliances, and this is each region. Each little hexagon is an entire region, and so you're at the highest level. You're at your 50,000 foot view down, well, 50,000 light year view down, and then when you click on the region, you then go into it, and then you can start to look around the constellations. You can then look around the solar systems eventually as well, and and further on. And it is something I thought was just epic. It was incredibly well done. This, I think, has always been the bit that maybe in Dust has been missing. It's that feeling of scale and scope. So you can see there, look, highlighting the alliances. So in this particular case, you can then go in and see, okay, well, there's part ownership of a number of these. But, it's just awesome. It's going to instigate so many wars. It's fantastic. There was a lot of people crying that they want this for the Eve client, and it maybe wouldn't be a bad idea. But again, I think this is maybe simplified, really, because the map that's in there now is pretty good. Let's not forget that. But maybe what they're really kind of looking for is maybe the ability to see the hexagon pies, and you can actually see, well, what percentage is maybe owned by who, what, and where. But it is wonderful, and I think it really is kind of testament to CCP as a company as a whole. They really are quite clever. Well, they're phenomenally clever. They really develop stuff just from nothing that is exceptional. Now look at that. Isn't that probably the most awesome thing you've ever seen? It reminds me of Frontier Elite. It reminds me of Endless Space. It is some of the best kind of infographical style informational overlay I think you can probably get. So absolutely props to CCP for doing this. I think this is just testament to what a great game Dust is shaping up to be. If you didn't see the stream, again, you can still catch it, I believe. If you look around some of the Twitch sites, you should maybe see some of the links for it. I would highly recommend it, because this is just a very quick edited snippet just to show you this star map. In terms of also, I think one of the key things of it is you're going to start to see the ability to move around as well. So at the moment, mercs just literally appear on the battlefield and appear back in your quarters. There's going to be a bit of a logistical thing now where you maybe have to move around and see what's going on. What you see here is factional warfare. So this is currently the breakdown of FW. That, again, really nice. I think a lot of Dust Corps will carry on doing FW, but I imagine a lot of them will actually go on to Planetary Conquest. So we'll look at that in just a moment. But really, what are the kind of key thing of this, I thought, was the ability to really shine in the map and see where you are. Now, here we go. This is corporations. Now, look at this. That's actually showing that you have a base or a district, and that's in Malden Heath. Now, Malden Heath is where all of the first iteration of Planetary Conquest will take place. So there was rumors of that some time ago, and we managed to get lots of hangars out there already. So as I'm sure a lot of Eve players are going to rush over there now, they're going to find that most of the hangars, corporation hangars, have already been taken. But don't despair, keep trying, and you'll probably get something. But here we go. This is how it's going to operate. You're going to have a very simple map. You're going to have obviously scheduled and joinable battles easily marked. And then you're going to have your districts identified. So each planet will have a certain number of districts, and And that's always based upon the planets. You can see here they're only temperate planets, but there we go. This is our districts, and this planet has what, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 districts, something like that. Anyway, it's quite a lot of districts, and they all have different installations installed with them, which is exciting because that maybe means that there's going to be a real drive for a coalition or even a single corp to own a whole planet. Because you could have 5 or 6 different corporations on this single planet, and they could just end up fighting each other for domination of this planet, which is just fantastic. The little dots above it is all your clones, so certain areas have a slightly higher clone count. That may be because they have the installation installed upon them, is to do with the enlargement of their clone stock. So you can see here some of them are 300, 200 plus 60, 300 plus 100, and so on. So and clones is really going to be your unit of army. If you have a district with no clones, then it's ripe for the picking, and that's going to be something to really factor in, because this is going to be the way that you have to defend your regions, is by actually having the clones available for people to log into to then change. It's tricky really, because I think a lot of what you're going to see is you're going to see a bit of tussling to and fro when it comes to districts being done. But what I fear is you're still going to see a bit of a Zerg rush. You're going to see some of the really big powerful corporations just continually go for it. They haven't really instigated how much of the ISK is a factor here. So what's the where is the ISK appearing here? Where do I pay for my clones? That kind of thing. So stay tuned for more on that. But I think certainly what you can see here is each district has particular levels of clones. This is then starting to bridge into that clone. So here we go. He was taking clones from the bank, and this is when he would then attack another district with said clones. And that's a very nice feature. But the interesting thing is that now leaves that district relatively lowly defended, so maybe this is when it gets hit. So it is going to be, if you've ever played stuff like Risk, or if you've ever played any kind of war style attrition games, this is where it really will kick in, because you need to have a real appreciation that you could end up with a very aggressive army that just does not protect its rear, so to speak. And they just can't, and they'll dominate and take over as many districts as they can, but as they then move on, they'll lose them immediately straight after. So I'm hoping that happens. As you can see, there is also a huge amount of cost to move the clones. So it costs you 4 million for this battle, and you also lose in terms of attrition. So going one system, they lose 8 clones. If you go 10 systems, you'll probably lose almost all of them. And I think that's a lovely, again, way to make people move in stages. You can't just strike from one end of the map to the other. I suspect it probably won't stop a lot of people, because I think certainly some of the bigger corps, they will just have the ability to project onto a weaker group and take them out. Anyway, that was a very quick review of the live stream. Again, all IP belongs to CCP, so please don't sue me. But I think it's such an exciting way the game is going. I couldn't wait to bring you it. So we'll keep watching the live stream. If you're not watching it, go to twitch.tv/CCP. I would consider buying the HD stream. It's 20 quid, but and way to think of it, it's like buying a Plex. So, yes, you do. The only thing you get is HD, but that's not too bad. And I hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.